श्रीवासरंगपरकालमुनित्रयाप्तलक्ष्मात्मरक्षणैतेत्युगागमान्तम् आचार्यभक्तिपरिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपालदेशिकमुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः. ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமான திருநக்ஷத்திர வைபவம், ஆளவந்தார் திருநக்ஷத்திர வைபவம் is being celebrated excellently by the Bhagavata Goshti. Such a wonderful narration about Alavandar Adiyom Nam. And I request you to mute on the other end. So today Swami has given Adiyan the title Badri Kashrama Vaibhavam, Badrinath Yatra Anubhavam. So I was blessed to accompany Sri Mukund Swami to our Badri Kashram, Badrinath Yatra few years ago. So it was a wonderful, very exciting experience, great divine Anubhavam. And along with the Bhagavatottama, when we visited, it was a real cool ambience and brilliant arrangement. Everything was done in such a very streamlined manner. The package was wonderful. Of course, all the time we got the right food, coffee everywhere. More than that, the Badrinath temple was so exquisite, so divine. It's about 10,000 plus feet above the sea level, and it's one of the great Divya Desams for Sri Vaishnavas. And before we get old, before our knee buckles, before we have our hunchback, before our eyes get lesser vision, we need to visit Badrinath and Muktinath especially. And Swami Trimangayalvar has sung Pasurams on Badrinath, about 20 Pasurams. In fact, Swami Trimangayalvar mentions Mutramuttu Kol Tunaya முன்னடி நோக்கி வளைந்து இற்ற கால் போல் தள்ளி மெல்ல இருந்து அங்கு இளையாமுன் பெற்ற தாய் போல் வந்த பேச்சு பெருமுலையூடு உயிரை வற்ற வாங்கி உண்டவாயான் பதறி வணங்கதுமே. Alvar is addressing his mind. Oh mind, we are getting old, and by very soon we would be having the stick as the only support for us. Our legs are going to weaken and we are going to buckle. We are going to even take 2 steps we are not able to take. And even if we walk some 10 steps, we have to sit down, take rest and then move on again. We are going to get terribly tired and exhausted by doing little deeds as well. So before such old age arrives, before such old age knocks at our door, we need to go to the Vadari Divya Desam, where the Lord Emperuman, who sucked the poisonous breast of Putana, who came in the guise of the mother, with the motherly role, she came and tried to deceive you, Kanna, and you sucked the poisonous breast milk of hers and finished her life. Amnaya Gandhirutidas Purita Daroshtam Ashra Vilekshana Manukshana Mandahasam Gopala Dimbavapusham Kuhana Jananyaha Pranastananda Yamavaimi Param Pumansam. When Putana comes in, he cried because he wanted to catch her attention. The moment he cried, she knew that there is a baby inside, and so she entered into Nandagopa's palace. And immediately he started smiling at her, because when he cries and when she enters, and if he continues to cry, people would come, Yashoda will come, everybody will come, and they will catch her. So, but he does not want her to be caught, and hence he smiles at her, and she knows that this guy has now believed that I am the mother, and he also knows that she has been deluded and she has been misled to think that I don't know who she is. And then of course rest is the history. She is finished off. So the Vadari Vanangadume, this divine Divyadesam is named after Vadari. The Vadari is the Yalanda Panam, the dates. Yalandai Maram, that is Badari or Vadari. Periya Pirati Mahalakshmi loves that place, that tree. It seems she herself transformed into the shadow, to give shadow to Perumal. She was there as the Badari tree. And Perumal, Badri Narayan, in order to teach us, in order to become a guru, in order to become an Acharya, he took this Rupam as the Acharya Rupam, and he took the Avataram as Badri Narayan, and he gave the Ashtakshara Upadesam in that Divyadesam. Yetri Manatti Yedil Jnana Velakkai Irudanaitum Martinavarku Oru Kaimaru Mayanum Kanagillan, says Swami Desikan. We cannot pay back even an iota of what the teacher, the Acharya, gave us. And Perumal wanted to become that Acharya, because he knows that Acharyan's role is the ultimate. Acharya Devo Baba. So Perumal took this role of Guru himself and explained the Jnana to the world and to Nara. And he, from Narayana, he Upadesham to Nara. So Emperuman talked about the Artha Panchakam here. Mekka Irai Nilayum, Meyyam Uyan Nilayum, Takka Neriyum, Tadayagi Tokkiyalum, Ulvinayum, Valvinayum. Those 5, the characters of Jivatma, the Paramatma, the nature of Paramatma, and what the Jivatma has to attain, and the way to attain that, the challenges, obstacles to attain. All this Artha Panchakam, Badri Narayanan explains this, and to this Nara with the Ashtakshara Upadesam. So Perumal is born as both Naran and Narayanan. He gives the seva to both Naran and Narayanan, Emperumal. And he gives the seva to Naran, thereby explaining the Jnanam towards him. So while going towards Badrinath, we go through Rishikesh, Devaprayag, Kandam Kadinagar, Rudraprayag, and Nanda Joshimat, Hanuman Chatti, and Taptakund, Simhadwaram, like that. So Badrinath is about 10,000 feet above the mean sea level. And when we travel to Badrinath, we should first visit Haridwar. Such a beautiful place where the Ganga Harti is so feast for the eyes to behold. And Brahmakuntam, the Tirtham, is found in Haridwar, where Bhaktas have a spiritual bath in that Tirtham before going to Badrinath. This place is also called Vishnu Padam. From here, we can see the Ganga river originating. It's also, the tradition says that Ganga comes from the Tiruvadi of Trivikraman, of Sri Vishnu. There is a Dwaram, the small hole from where the Ganga river originates, is said to be the Hari Dwar. People are blessed to have this Ganga water closed in a small copper vessel, and we buy that and take to our houses and keep them as sacred. Many of our houses have got that copper utensil with Ganga Jalam. Haridwar is also is called Kapila Sthanam, where Kapila Munivar did the tapas here and worshipped Maya, Yoga Maya. Because of this place is called Mayapuri. Of course, there are temples for goddess Manasa Devi, Chandi Devi, Maya Devi, all that, Dattatreyar. So, lots of ashrams are here. And Badrinath is our Divyadesam, and because of Trimangayalvar and Periyalvar sang one Pasuram on Badrinath, it has become our Divyadesam. Badrinath is closed for 6 months. It is open only from May to November. And during that other 6 months, during winter, it's full of ice, and hence you cannot have an access. And it seems Perumal is transported to Joshimath during that 6 months. And so this Devaprayag is the place where the Alaknanda and Bhagirathi river mingle to one another. They unite and the river falls down as Adi Ganga. In Devaprayag, Chaturmukha Brahma, King Dasharatha, Rama are told to have performed tapas there. And then of course we have Rudraprayag, we have Karnaprayag, we have Nandaprayag, where Nandakini river arises and joins Alaknanda, where King Nanda had a tapas there. Vishnu Prayag is the place where the Panjapandava's father Pandu, he did the penance, strong tapas on Perumal, Vishnu. And Panjapandavas, it seems, were born here. And of course, next to Vishnu Prayag is Hanuman Ghat, where Lord Hanuman and our Panjapandava, one of the Panjapandavas, Bhimasena, they met here. So Bhima thought he was the strongest person in the world, and he was puffed with pride and arrogance. He was traveling along this side. At that time, Hanuman was lying down as an old monkey. Bhishma told the monkey, "Clear my path." And he shouted at the monkey to give way. But the old monkey, Hanuman, told that I am so weak. I am not able to move around. So if you can, you move my tail and move. Because he does not want to jump on the body and go. So you move my tail and you walk. And he wanted to move and he wanted to go along that way. Bhima thought he simply take the tail away from the path and go with his one hand. He could not do that. And using his full strength, 2 hands, he could not even lift the tail by 1 inch. Finally, he thought the old monkey must be some Rakshasa or must be a magician. And Anjaneya showed his original Rupam and explains to him that they both are brothers because they are Vayuputras. Bhima immediately fell at the feet of Anjaneya and asked he should be along with them during the Kurukshetra battle with the Kauravas. Sri Anjaneya mentioned to him that he will be along with them in the form of a flag, which is found on top of the chariot of Arjuna and Krishna. So Naranarayanan came to this Thalam. Because of that, there are 2 mountains that's next to this Thalam. And one Thalam is called Narayana Parvatam. Other Parvatam is called Nara Parvatam. So Narayana Parvatam is on the west bank of Alaknanda river. The Nara Parvatam is on the eastern bank. And the Nara Parvatam is also called Kubera Bandar because lot of precious gems, diamonds are found on these glaciers. So once there lived a Rakshasan here by name Sahasra Kavacha. He gave lot of trouble for the rishis and yogis. All of them prayed towards Vishnu to help them from this torture of this Rakshasan by name Sahasra Kavacham. At that time, both Naran and Narayanan did tapas towards Perumal. On hearing this, because of these 2 tapas towards Emperuman, Sahasra Kavachan, he heard that these 2 rishis, he thought that they are also rishis. So he came towards them to kill them, to Naranarayana. And Naranarayana fought with the Rakshasan and finally killed him. So they permanently stayed in Badrinath to help the rishis, yogis and lots of arakats. Of course, there is a Tapt Kund. The Tapta Kundam is found in between the temple and Alaknanda river. So, though it is so cold, so snowy, this Tapta Kund excretes hot water, the spring, hot spring, which is said to be a special one. It is said that Ganga comes from the Tiruvadi of Sriman Narayanan and is born by Shiva's head, and it comes out from that heart, from the Kapalam of Shiva. It is said the water of Tapt Kund is hotter because of that. After taking bath in Tapt Kund, the Bhaktas climb some steps where Garudalvar is found. After worshipping Garudalvar, we can reach the Prakaram and go to the Simhadwaram, the place where Garudalvar is there, Simhadwaram. In front of Badrinath temple, the Naranarayanan mountain is found from the temple. Inside the temple, Badri Narayan is in the Amarnda Tirukkolam, Ukkarnda Tirukkolam, sitting position in the Padmasana pose. On his left is Nara and Narayana. And on the right, we have Kuberan with a big silver face. And Narada Maharishi is also there along with them. And a Sudarshana Chakram to spiritualize the Talam is also seen for darshan. The Utsavar is Uddhava in front of him. And we have Garudalvar is also there. So this Yalandai tree is as I mentioned, Mahalakshmi comes in the form of Yalanda Maram. And that is why it is called Badari, the Badari Kashram. The tree is the Amsam of Mahalakshmi. She is protecting Badri Narayanan from the cold by covering him. So the Moreover Badri Narayanan is reported to be made of Shaligrama. The Thaiyar is Aravindavalli Thaiyar. Garudan, Kuberan, Naradar, Uddhavar, Devarishi, Narayanar, all of them are in the Sannidhi. So he has got 4 hands Sankha Chakram and other 2 hands in Yoga Mudra. And the Bhaktas can get the Seva of Perumal any number of times. Of course, there is a big queue, and all the Trimanjanam, Naivedyam are done in front of the Bhaktas. So here, Narayana. This Naradar story is quite interesting. There was a person by name Vishnu Rati, and in the place called Drishatwati, Vishnu Manas was a Brahmin, and he had a son by name Vishnu Rati. And this Brahmin, Vishnu Manas, was a great Vedantic scholar. This comes in the Divyadesha Tala Purana. So here, the son, who is Vishnu Rati, was going haywire. He was a vagabond. He got in with wrong friends, and he always loitered and never learnt Vedantam. So the father got angered. So he asked the son to get out of the house. So he came out, but however, he used to sing very well, and he used to beg for alms for his survival. And once Perumal had a Nirhetuka Kripai on him. So he blessed showered with his kataksham, and he became a staunch devotee. And he started singing in praise of Emperor Sriman Narayana. And he arrived at Badri, and he started singing on Badrinath. And along with, when he sang so devotedly, with such an emotional Anubhavam, Badri Narayanan showed himself to this Vishnu Rati. So and he got the Sarvajñatvam, the Yogitvam, and he was blessed with such a great singing power. He had such a sweet voice. Perumal blessed him to sing eternally for him, and he became Naratar. And because this Naram Gangai Neer was offered by Narada, by this Vishnu Rati, to Perumal, he became Narata. So the ordinary musician was transformed into sage Narada by Badrinath. This Badrinath Naranarayana Rupam is so beautifully glorified by all Alvars and Acharyas. Even in Sahasranamam, Suprasada Prasannatma Vishwadrik Vishwabhak Vipagu, in that Narayana Naraha, Nara Narayanaha comes. So the 246th name of Vishnu Sahasranamam is Naraha. Before that, 246 is Narayana, then 247 is Naraha. So this Nara Narayanan are the ones who took Perumal took this avataram as Nara Narayana. Namam Ayiram Yettanindra Narayana Narane, says Andal. So this Nara is Raha means that which gets destroyed. Naraha means that which does not get destroyed. All this Chit, Achit, the Jivatma as well as the matter are never get destroyed. Means they never die. We know that Jivatmas never die, which is fine. But where does the matter live? Because the conservation of matter is matter can never be created nor be destroyed. The science itself teaches. So the Achit, the Arivatrade, always gets transformed from one state to the other state. For example, if there is a pot, it gets broken, it becomes a mud, it becomes dust. So one gets transformed into the other state. During the gross form, the Prapancham is there, and it gets into the fine form during the Mahapralayam and gets protected by Perumal. So it is always there. So Naraha means the entire Jivatma as well as the Prapancham. And the Narayana is the one who is housed and manifest in this, in everything and in everyone. So after this Narayana Namam in the 246, next 25 Namas are on Narayana Padam. Because Narayana is the 26th. So the 25 Namas are on Narayana. So beautifully Sri Vishnu Sahasranamam houses this Nara Narayana. It's a great bhagyam for Adiyan to glean over the Sthala Puranam and refresh the memories of Adiyan's Yatra with Sri Mukund Swami to Badrikashramam. We would soon go for another Yatra soon. Adiyan Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmini.